In one corner, we have the undisputed king of the jungle, a creature of unimaginable strength, intelligence, and raw power, the mighty gorilla. Towering above the rest, the gorilla rules the rainforest with a quiet dominance. With the power to break trees, lift massive weights, and outsmart nearly any predator, it's a creature no one dares challenge. But what happens when a new challenger enters the scene? One from the deepest, darkest parts of the ocean. In the other corner, lurking beneath the waves, we have the giant squid, a terror of the deep, capable of striking from the dark abyss with speed and precision. An ocean predator like no other, this creature is a master of the ocean. With tentacles long enough to ensnare a full-grown whale, it survives in the crushing pressures of the deep, unseen by most, until it's too late. But what happens when these two powerhouses, one from the jungle, one from the deep, cross paths? What if these two predators were forced to fight in a battle for supremacy, outside their natural habitats? Get ready for the ultimate showdown. Gorilla versus giant squid. Deep sea versus jungle monster. Who will win? Let's find out. Let's start by getting to know our first contender, the mighty gorilla. Known as the king of the jungle, the gorilla commands respect in its territory. Standing up to 6 feet tall and weighing up to 400 pounds, this massive creature is the embodiment of raw strength. Its thick, muscular frame allows it to do things that most animals in the jungle can only dream of. A silverback gorilla, like the one we're focusing on, is the leader of the troop, fiercely protecting its family from threats both big and small. But strength is just one part of the gorilla's power. This creature is incredibly intelligent. Gorillas are known to use tools, solve problems, and even communicate through gestures, vocalizations, and facial expressions. Whether it's using a branch as a walking stick or crafting a nest to sleep in, the gorilla shows its mastery over the environment in ways that are almost human. Despite being herbivores, gorillas are fierce when threatened, and their powerful arms can break branches and throw objects with incredible force. The gorilla is one of the strongest animals in the world when it comes to sheer physicality, capable of lifting heavy objects and overpowering rivals with ease. In the jungle, it is a true apex predator, able to handle nearly anything that comes its way. Now, let's dive into the deep and meet our second contender, the giant squid. While the gorilla dominates the jungle, the giant squid reigns in the ocean's dark depths. This creature is shrouded in mystery, with most of its life remaining hidden beneath the surface, far from the eyes of humans. The giant squid can grow up to 40 feet long, with tentacles that stretch as long as a school bus. But it's not just its size that makes this creature so fearsome, it's its skill in the water. The giant squid is a master of the deep, able to move through the water with incredible speed. Its long, powerful tentacles are covered with suckers and hooks, perfect for grabbing and holding on to prey. And if that wasn't enough, the squid can release a cloud of ink to escape predators, creating a dark, smoky screen to hide in. In the pitch-black ocean, the squid's ability to disappear into the shadows gives it a tactical advantage that very few creatures can match. Despite its terrifying size, the giant squid is an expert at avoiding danger. It's a skilled hunter, using its incredible speed and agility to snatch up prey. Its large eyes, some of the biggest in the animal kingdom, can detect even the faintest movements in the dark waters. This predator is as elusive as it is deadly, and its true nature is one of the ocean's greatest mysteries. Now that we've met our two combatants, it's time to set the stage for this ultimate battle. Imagine a neutral zone where the jungle and the ocean collide, a place where the strength of the gorilla and the stealth of the giant squid must face off. A flooded river deep within the jungle, connecting the two worlds, where the dense forest meets the dark waters. On one side, we have the jungle, a place the gorilla calls home. Here, it's at its peak, strong, agile, and in control. The thick trees, the rocky terrain, and the dense undergrowth are all perfect for the gorilla to navigate. It can move with ease through the jungle, swinging from trees or charging through the forest floor, using its environment to its advantage. Its muscles are built for this kind of terrain. Nothing can really threaten it here. But then we have the ocean side. The giant squid thrives in the deep, cold waters, where it can disappear into the darkness and use its tentacles to capture its prey. In the water, it's quick, maneuverable, and powerful. But when it's pulled from its element, it's faced with a challenge. The squid isn't built for land, and on solid ground, it loses the speed and agility that make it a fearsome hunter in the ocean. Here, the squid's massive size and tentacles might not give it the edge it normally has underwater. This is the clash of two worlds, one land, one sea. The jungle is a playground for the gorilla, but it's foreign and dangerous territory for the giant squid. The ocean, however, is where the squid is most powerful, but the gorilla can move and react with speed and strength on land. The question is, in this unusual blended environment, which creature will come out on top? As the gorilla steps cautiously into the water, the atmosphere shifts. The once confident king of the jungle now finds itself in an unfamiliar world where every move feels heavy and slow. The dense jungle trees that were once an advantage now fade into the background as the water pulls at its legs. The gorilla, used to quick bursts of strength, struggles to keep its footing in the murky river. It splashes through the water, but it's not as nimble as it would be on land. Suddenly, from the depths of the water, the giant squid strikes. With lightning speed, it shoots out its long tentacles, reaching for the gorilla. The tentacles wrap around the gorilla's arms, trying to ensnare it. The gorilla roars, using its immense strength to pull against the squid's grip, its powerful muscles flexing as it attempts to break free. It swings its fists, knocking the squid's tentacles away, but the squid is relentless. Another tentacle wraps around the gorilla's torso, squeezing with powerful pressure. In a desperate attempt, the gorilla grabs a nearby rock and hurls it at the squid, but the creature is fast, too fast. It releases a cloud of ink, blinding the gorilla for a moment. The jungle monster thrashes, trying to clear the ink from its eyes. It can't see clearly, but the squid is already retreating, slinking back into the dark water, waiting for the perfect moment to strike again. The gorilla, although disoriented, knows one thing. It can't give up. It pushes forward, its muscles rippling as it powers through the water. But the squid, with its unmatched speed in the depths, continues to move through the river, elusive and deadly. The battle rages on, and both creatures are starting to show signs of strain. The gorilla, struggling in the water, knows it's not built to fight like this. The strong arms that dominate the jungle feel awkward and slow in the murky river, and the water weighs it down. But it's not ready to give up just yet. With a roar, the gorilla pushes itself harder, using its powerful legs to kick against the riverbed and surge forward, determined to break free of the squid's grasp. Meanwhile, the giant squid, sensing an opening, takes advantage of the gorilla's struggle. Its tentacles lash out again, wrapping around the gorilla's legs, trying to drag it further into the water. The squid moves with precision, using its incredible agility to stay one step ahead, avoiding the gorilla's wild swings and powerful blows. It's clear that in the water, the squid holds the upper hand, but the gorilla isn't out of tricks yet. In a sudden burst of intelligence, it grabs a large, jagged piece of rock from the riverbank, using it as a weapon to fight off the squid's tentacles. With a swift strike, it smashes one of the squid's arms, forcing the creature to retreat momentarily. This gives the gorilla a brief moment to regain its footing, its lungs gasping for air. The giant squid, wounded but not defeated, lingers just below the surface, waiting to strike again. The two are at an impasse, each one holding a temporary advantage, each one knowing that the battle could tip in either direction at any moment. The tension is palpable as the fight continues, neither willing to back down. The battle reaches its peak. Both the gorilla and the giant squid are exhausted, each one struggling to maintain its edge in the ever-shifting battle. The gorilla, still weighed down by the water, knows it needs to finish this fight soon before it loses all its strength. Its muscles ache, but its will to survive is stronger than ever. With a roar, it lunges forward, grabbing onto a nearby tree branch that extends over the water. The gorilla swings, trying to leverage its strength on land, pulling itself out of the river for just a moment of respite. The giant squid, relentless as always, knows this could be its final chance. It launches itself forward, its tentacles reaching out to pull the gorilla back into the water. But the gorilla, quick-thinking as ever, uses the tree branch to its advantage. With a single, powerful swing, it bashes the squid with the branch, knocking it back into the water. The squid recoils, disoriented from the force of the blow. For a moment, both creatures are at a standoff, silent, watching each other, both knowing the next move could be the deciding factor. The gorilla, now standing on the riverbank, breathes heavily, eyes locked on the squid. Its body is bruised, tired, but there's still a fire in its eyes. The squid, just below the surface, waits, its tentacles ready to strike once again, but unsure if it should risk another attack. And then, with a burst of energy, the giant squid shoots forward, wrapping its tentacles around the gorilla's legs, pulling it into the water with immense force. The gorilla, caught off guard, struggles fiercely, but the squid is too fast, too slippery. It tightens its grip, dragging the gorilla deeper into the water, where the fight becomes even more intense. But just as the squid begins to pull the gorilla under, something changes. The gorilla, desperate now, summons its final burst of strength. With a primal scream, it kicks the squid off and smashes its tentacles aside, fighting with everything left in its body. The gorilla's sheer power pushes the squid back once more, leaving it stunned, flailing in the water. In the end, both creatures are spent, their fight drawing to a tense, uncertain close. Neither one has emerged completely unscathed, but the battle for supremacy rages on, a reminder of the power and resilience that lies in both the jungle and the deep sea. The battle has come to an end, but the question remains: who truly won this epic showdown? The gorilla, its body bruised and exhausted, stands at the edge of the riverbank, panting heavily. It may have fought with everything it had, but the cost of the fight is evident in its slow, labored movements. The jungle monster is victorious in its own right, surviving an unexpected encounter with the mighty squid and forcing the creature into retreat. But the giant squid, too, has shown its incredible resilience. After all, it was able to match the gorilla's strength, outmaneuvering the powerful beast in its own domain, the water. The squid's ink, speed, and strength were enough to keep the gorilla at bay, forcing it into a battle it wasn't entirely prepared for. Though wounded, the squid is far from defeated, its slithering retreat a reminder of how dangerous and elusive it truly is in its home, the deep sea. In the end, it's clear that neither creature can claim full victory. The gorilla has the raw power and intelligence, but the squid has the advantage in the depths, where it is king. Both creatures have proven their dominance in their respective worlds, but in this fight, there's no clear winner. Perhaps this battle is a reminder of the sheer unpredictability of nature, where strength, intelligence, and survival instincts clash, but sometimes no one comes out completely on top. So, who would you say truly wins in this battle? The jungle powerhouse or the deep-sea predator? We may never know for sure, but one thing's for certain: this was a showdown for the ages. Thanks for joining us in this epic battle between two of nature's fiercest creatures. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more incredible animal face-offs. Who knows what wild encounter we'll explore next? See you in the next adventure.